The grandfather of the youngest victim of August 3rd massacre has died. Gilbert Anchondo was the father of Andre Anchondo, who was gunned down with his wife as they shielded their newborn baby from certain death.
ABC 7's Will Heron reached out to the Anchondo family, who has been dealing with the pain of loss for the past year and a half. Will.
Stephanie, I spoke with Deborah Anchondo, Gilbert Anchondo's daughter. She told me he was experiencing chest pain and shoulder pains on Tuesday, but would not let his family take him to the hospital. Wednesday, he was still experiencing the pain, so they rushed him to the Providence emergency room, where he later died of a heart attack.
There's not a single hour of the day that I don't give thanks to God, because I was the one that received him when he was delivered, and I was the one that closed his coffin when he departed this world.
Those were the words of a man who days before lost his son to a mass murderer. Besides the love he had for Andre Anchondo, he was proud of his son.
He did what I taught him to do, be a protector of his family. And I'm proud of him for what he did.
Officials said Mr. Anchondo's son and his wife shielded their newborn baby from the bullets of the Walmart attacker. That action took both of their lives. This is that child celebrating his first birthday back in May. Andres Anchondo was also proud of his father.
At school, at Rosa Guerrero, they were talking about heroes. And Andre chose me as the hero.
Even though Gilbert Anchondo gave up his son that terrible August day, he believed it was for the greater good of our community.
Well worth it. Sacrificing a son, if I can see my community together and we can all fight evilness.
Brenda Anchondo had just celebrated their 41st wedding anniversary this past Valentine's Day. The family asked me to tell El Paso they wanted to thank everyone for the kind words and support they've received. There's a GoFundMe that was created by the family and friends that will help with funeral expenses. That can be found in this story at our website on kvia8.com.
And Will, I think when we hear about this story, we start to think back what it was like on August 3rd, where we were, what was going on, what we remember. This is very personal for you as it pertains to the Anchondos because of where you were on that day at one point.
Well, it was the day after when we were at the collection center, and I've known the Anchondo family for about 15 to 20 years, and I was in contact with Deborah trying to find out, if it was Andre after all. And when she came out of the collection center, I was there, and she walked up to me and she said, "Will, my brother's dead." I'd never heard anybody say anything like that, as straightforward and hard. I looked over to Mr. Anchondo to give him my condolences through my tears, and all he said to me was, "Will, he's in a better place. He's with God now."
It is just so powerful, Will. Thank you for the anecdote, and thank you for allowing us to kind of relive what Gilbert Anchondo really was and all the positivity that he brought to our community in the wake of such tragedy. Stephanie?
Such a loss.